Hey, hello, welcome to the show. It is me, JP, and it's Tuesday, so that means it is time for JP's product pick of the week. And I thank you so much for stopping by. Thanks for heading over to your YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn Learning and all those places where we're broadcasting. And I also thank you for jumping into our chats. We have a chat over on YouTube. It looks like, that right there. Hello to Dave Odessa and Caroline C. Blaker. Hello, thanks for stopping in. We also have our, Discord chat. So if you're somewhere where you can't find a chat, if you're in maybe Twitch and the show is there, but where's the chat? Come on over here. It is our Discord. It is at adafru.it/Discord. You can hop in there, then just look for that live broadcast chat channel right there. That's where people are hanging out. And let me bring mine up so I can actually see it. Who we got here? Hey, Thin Man. Hello. And C. Grover, Paul Cutler, Jim Hendrickson. Hello. Thanks for stopping into the chats. Also joining us over on the YouTube chat. A couple more people have just popped in. Go Duff Daddy. Hello from New Zealand. And Caroline C. Blaker says hello from Humboldt County. Hey, awesome. Gordy G. Relic SE, howdy. 2991 over there in Canada, hello. So what's going on today? I've got a new product pick for you. This is a very new one, pretty hot off the press. And if you want to go and check it out, do I have that URL right? There's a QR code right there. There is a URL, and that is product ID. Yes, it's right. 6509. That's it right there. So just type that into your browser or go there using a gizmo, a camera. And this show is broadcast from inside of the product page. So you can go over there. You can take a look, and you'll see we had a bunch of them stashed. Thank you so much to the new products team and Travis for taking care of all that. And we have a maximum of 10 per customer where we've got a 50% off. This is an Adafruit product. We can swing that kind of margin just during the show. And that price is good during the show. It goes up sometime after the show, give or take a few minutes or hours, depending on people's availability to take care of it. So you may peak and find it still a little cheaper throughout the day, but sometimes it just right after the show goes back up to the full price. So go check that out. And this one is new enough that we do not have a new video from Ask an Engineer. So I don't have a video to show you, but I will do a little intro and give you a demo myself. So let's bring up some images right here. That right there is my product pick of the week this week. It is the NeoPixel stick 8x5050 WWA white LEDs with integrated driver. That's its official name. You and I know it as a white amber NeoPixel stick. So WWA, that is cool white, warm white, and amber. It's a 3 diode per package LED, except it's not RGB. We're used to red, green, blue. This is for a whole bunch of different color temperatures of white, which is really useful for lighting and photography and a bunch of applications where you are looking to tune some really nice looking white light. And rather than trying to mix red, green, blue, which always gives you this sort of bluish white light, let's not fool ourselves. This gives you real white. It is 3 white diodes with different, I think it's dyes and filters over the diodes to give you the 3 colors. And those have been tuned pretty specifically for cool white, warm white, and amber. I haven't measured the color temperature on them, but they, to my eye, look like a pretty typical cool white, like 5700 Kelvin, a warm like 28, and then the amber is very, very, very orangey, very, very warm. So that's what it looks like right there. Here's the product page. That's that URL I was showing before. So you can see we got these normally $5.95, and right now it's $2.98. If you scroll down a little bit, you can see, where is it? Let me go to this backside image here so you can see. These are great because they actually, I'm gonna bring up my notes too, so don't repeat myself. Here we go. So they are 5mm square 50/50 package. That's the the NeoPixel package for the LEDs. There are 8 of them on a PCB, and if you look at that backside there, you can see we have power, ground, and either data in or data out, depending on which side of the board you look at. And then there's a redundant ground on there that I never use. I'm actually not sure why it's there. But the 5 volt can actually be 3. These are happy to work with 3 volt logic. It just says 5 volt on there because that's kind of the max you can put this on. You can run it on an older board like an Arduino. But modern boards with 3 volts works fine. You don't need a sacrificial LED or anything. It works fine. And then if you're not familiar with NeoPixels, we essentially have PWM control per pixel. They're individually addressable, and you can adjust the brightness essentially of each of the 3 color diodes per pixel on that data line from code. So you can chain these, you can individually address these. There are 8 on here, but you can stack a whole bunch of them depending on your needs. And they stack and chain to each other. So data in to data out to data in to data out. If you get a really large number of them, you may want to put power on both ends or inject power somewhere in the middle as well, so it doesn't, excuse me, the cumulative resistance doesn't dim them along the way. But that is your basic NeoPixel stick. I love these. They're really nice to work with. You can run them over a single data pin from your microcontroller. You can use Arduino, you can use CircuitPython, you can use WLED, and a host of other things to control them. And you'll see not only these have the solder pads on the bottom, let me go back to that picture there, but we also have a couple of nice little mounting holes. I think those are M2 or M2.5. I don't know if I have a, let's see, is this a M2.5? This might be a, yeah, these might be M2. I think these are M2 size holes, pretty small. The demo I want to show you, let me switch over to my down camera here. Here we have legendary Los Angeles Dodgers third baseman Ron Cey, known as the Penguin, bobblehead. I got it Ron Cey Appreciation Night. And I thought I would light him up with a little stick of NeoPixels here, because it's a nice subject. A face is a nice subject for seeing some color temperature adjustments here. So right now, let me go for a direct, I want to show you how you program these. So I'm going to go to my little IDE view over here, and I want to grab the REPL here. So I have a QT Py plugged in, and then I have the NeoPixel stick plugged into that. And I've just, at the REPL here, I've just added a couple lines of code before we started here. So I've imported the NeoPixel library and the board library, and then I've set up the NeoPixel. I'll show you what that looks like. But let's just turn them on. So here is the cool LEDs on there. So I light that up. We'll get a nice cool, almost slightly bluish light. I'll hold up a little piece of cardboard there so you can see it. And if I turn this around, let me hold these in my hand for now, you can see. So we've lit up the white, the cool white LEDs. Now I'm going to go back to my code view, and let's switch over to warm. And you'll notice the way I'm doing this is simply with the usual NeoPixel code. Instead of it lighting up the green when I said 02550, it lit up that sort of middle diode, which in this case is the cool one. We go to warm, so instead of blue, which would be 00255 on an RGB LED, this is instead the warm diode. So you can see we've switched the lighting there. And then I'll come over to the final one on there, the amber diode. This one happens to be ordered on this as the first one, or what we would usually think of as the red one. But this is the amber diode. So when I hit that, you can see really, really orangey, ambery amber. So there you can see, it's a little bright to look at directly, but I think the reflected light off of Ron there, the bobblehead, works well. So if we turn these off here for a second and look up at the code, here is the line setting this up. So it's simply pixels are neopixel.neopixel, and then the pin, I have this plugged into the MO pin on my QT Py. The number of pixels are 8. Brightness I've just set to 2. Let's bring this up to 1 when we do the full demo in a second, and we'll get a full range out of it. Auto write I've set to true, and the pixel order is set to GRB. So let's save this with a brightness of 1, and that'll restart the code on there. So there you can see, wow, that's bright. I'm going to move this a little further away so it doesn't blow it out quite so much. And there you can actually see the kind of edge of my NeoPixels now in camera as well. So I'll just get those a little out of the way. And this code is doing pretty much the same thing as the demo we just did, except now I've got a little fader, little analog fader attached. And so I can mix the colors, and you'll see in my REPL there, we're going from the cool white, which is 0, 0, and then we're going to slowly increase that warm white diode, the last one there, as we decrease the cool white. So now as we get up to a full 255 on that last one, out there we're at the warm white. So let me just go back and forth between those. So there's cool white, there's warm white. It is still a little bit bright. I'll dim that in a second. And then finally we'll go up to the amber. And you'll notice actually I'm mixing in the warm white and the amber, just because the amber one has such a thick color filter on it. It's dim. It's dimmer than the other two for my sort of human perception. So my quick and dirty sort of gamma correction to this was just to say, you know what, we'll mix in a bit of the warm, so that drops from 255 down to 128 as the amber one climbs up. So let me go ahead and dim this a bit. Let's try 0.7 on the brightness. There we go. So you can see this is really nice for dialing in a color temperature. I'm just doing it by eye. I don't have a meter or anything on here, but if I want to get that skin tone, let's say similar to my own skin tone, something like that. Those are a decent-ish match. Maybe a little warmer. And then we can go full-blown fires of Southern California sky kind of look right there. So that is mixing between RGB, but it's not RGB. It's the warm white, cool white, and amber diodes on here. If I flip this around, you can see the effect of that. But like I say, it's easier to see that reflected off of something. Let's try it on me. Let's switch over to the human subject here for a moment, and I'll turn off my main light. So there you can see, if you're going to set something up for a little photographic lighting, get a few of these, work them together and make your own little custom lighting panels, very customizable. Or if you're doing things like makeup mirrors, that sort of thing, beauty mirrors, this can be really, really nice. Amber, cool, warm. Fun, huh? So let's put this back in here. I'll turn my main light back on. Let me see if there's any questions over in the chat about our NeoPixel stick. Bring up the YouTube chat here, and let's see. Happy Hansha says, I've been wanting to make some mystical looking flame in a bottle effects with recycled glass bottles. These would be really useful for that. Oh yeah, that's a nice idea. Yeah, you could do just one of these maybe in a bottle with a little bit of tissue paper to diffuse it, orient it at an angle you like, and do little vertical flame effects. You can stack a couple of them. I've done little stacks of these before where I've bridged the two boards together with some pins, just extract some header pins from their plastic shroud, tin the solder pads there, and solder those on so you can make a little longer strip if you want. Let's see. Yeah, nice fireplace for a dollhouse, Gordy G. Yeah, Happy Hunch. I had no real need for tri-colored LEDs for that, but what I wanted were dynamic white, yellow. Here you have it. This is, I think, maybe one of the first white, or white amber that we've done at Adafruit. Same with fused glass lamps. Yeah, neat idea. Okay, and then over in our Discord chat, is there a way to target a specific temperature of Kelvin, maybe a LUT? Yeah, that's a great, I was thinking this too. I didn't have time to set up. We do have, you could set up kind of a little loop of we have some nice color temperature sensors in the shop. So you could set up one of those on I2C, read this as you adjust, and kind of fine tune your color temperature output of this to the input. You could even do maybe a little hardware in the loop thing if you wanted to with a LLM, and have it say, okay, let's tune this until it's at 5800 degrees, or however you want to slice that. It's a neat idea though. In fact, the light that I have right there pointing at me, that one is a bicolor, which is more common for some of these studio lighting panels, is these bicolor LEDs. So it's just got a set of warm and it's got a set of cool. They kind of interleave them, and you can turn a dial all the way to only the cool, mix the both, and only the warm. This one just gives you a bit of extra punch on the warm end of it, which I think is overkill for photo lighting, typical like studio natural photo lighting, but great for effects like fire effects you were mentioning. Yeah, I don't have a demo of it doing any little cycles and loops, but of course you can do those. You can see I was just running these all together, but you can individually address them, so you can do little like flame effects as it goes from cooler to warmer, like an actual fire. Janisco7 asks, would you make a grid of NeoPixel sticks? Yeah, if these are popular, maybe Lamar will do an 8x8 grid, which would be pretty cool. Make a really nice lighting panel. But you could do that with this. You would just need to make a little jig to keep them neatly in place, and then solder, wire them up, and make a little grid. You could make a circle of them. It would just be sort of a hexagon or octagon or something of them. So yeah, pretty versatile. All right, I think that's gonna do it then, unless we have other questions over in the different chats. We'll wrap this up. Reminder there, that's the URL. So if you want to go pick some up, they are, let me see if they're in stock still. We have 74 in stock, so I think we had 150, so we've sold about half of them. So if you want to grab some, grab a few of these. I'm also using in my little setup here, I've got Cutie Pie, I've got the Neo Fader, I've got the stick, of course, and I'm also using some of these little 3-pin JST connectors, which makes it a little nice for wiring. So I think that'll do it. Let's finish this up with those images right there. That right there is my product pick of the week this week. It is the Cool White, Warm White, Amber NeoPixel stick. For Adafruit Industries, I'm John Park, and this has been JP's product pick of the week. Bye-bye.